Welcome everyone to tonight's very special SAB product webinar. My name is Kate MacArthur and I am the Vice President of Marketing here at SAB. And it is a real honor and a privilege to be here with you tonight. We're going to get started in just a few minutes, but I wanted to make a couple of quick announcements before we start up. So first of all, tonight we're going to be talking about our hugely popular meal replacement shake Achieve. And this product, guys, is perfect not only for people looking to lose or to manage their weight, but also people looking to get fit, to build lean muscle, to feed their children a healthy and balanced meal, or maybe just eat a good, healthy meal themselves. So if you know anyone who falls into any of these categories, now is the perfect time to shoot them a call or a text and let them know that we have a short webinar, about 20 minutes long, happening in just a few minutes. And be sure to remind your team members as well. So, for your prospects, your family, your friends, this is a really great way to introduce them to one of the biggest and brightest products at SAB by letting them hear from the formulators themselves, our scientific advisory board. And these were gentlemen who were around during the foundation of the company and actually formulated our first product. So they know a whole lot about the product, and they're here with us tonight. Now, if your prospect or your team member is not next to a computer and cannot dial in on the computer to the webinar, they can definitely dial in by a phone, and they can use the following number. So be sure you have a pen and paper handy to take this down. The number is 415-655-0059. Again, that's 415-655-0059. And the passcode is 660-952-350. So make sure you have that information down. It should also be on the, if you're on the webinar on your computer, it should also be on the control panel on the GoToWebinar itself. So you can look there if you didn't get a chance to write that down. Last two announcements I want to make quickly. Number one, we're open for new business in New Zealand. And I think we have some folks tuning in from the New Zealand and Australia markets tonight. We're just thrilled to have them be a part of SAB and part of this webinar. Now is really the perfect time to sign anyone you know up in that region because we are just getting started. Growth is exponential right now in that region. So it's a perfect time to get people signed up in that market and at the ground level. And the last announcement I want to make prior to getting started here is that one of our SAB members, Dr. Suhas, has released a brand new book that helps everyone you know understand how to achieve healthy long-term weight loss. It's a fantastic read. It's called The Hot Belly Diet. It features a foreword by Dr. Deepak Chopra, and we're really proud of him for releasing this book. So if you are interested in losing weight or know someone who is, write it down. It's the Hot Belly Diet. It's available now on pretty much every website or bookseller, and I hope that everyone goes out and reads that. Okay, guys, so last reminder to send your prospects and team members the information to join the webinar tonight, and it's about 6 o'clock p.m. Pacific time, 9 o'clock Eastern time, so we're going to go ahead and get started. As I mentioned, my name is Kate MacArthur, and I am the VP of Marketing here at SAB. It's very exciting for me and a big honor to be here tonight with our incredible Scientific Advisory Board members. And tonight our topic is our meal replacement shake Achieve. We spent years really perfecting the formula for this product. It went through many iterations. And I really truly believe that we have created a meal replacement shake that is incomparable to anything else on the market. It really is head and shoulders above anything else on the market. I'm going to let our SAB members tell you why, but I would like to introduce them to you before I turn the call over to them tonight. So I'm going to start off with Dr. Suhas tonight. And as I mentioned, guys, both of these gentlemen were with us since the beginning of our company, and they are world-recognized experts on mind-body health, so we're really lucky to have both of them. So here's a little background on Dr. Suhas first. Dr. Suhas is a world-renowned Ayurvedic physician. He's an educator from India. He holds an MD in Ayurvedic medicine from one of the most prestigious universities in India. He has traveled worldwide as a speaker, as a clinician, as an educator, speaking on Ayurveda and mind-body health. And he's a motivational speaker. He's a faculty at various schools worldwide. But he also, interestingly, is a clinician and educator at the Chopra Center for Well-Being. Many of you know that the Chopra Center was founded by Dr. Deepak Chopra and endorses 3 products. So it's very exciting that he's on the educational staff over there. And finally, as I just mentioned, Dr. Suhas has recently published and released a new book with a foreword by Dr. Deepak Chopra. And that book is called The Hot Belly Diet. It is about weight loss and healthy weight management. It's an incredible read, and I hope you guys go out and purchase it. The second member here with us tonight is Dr. Tom Urema. Really thrilled to have Tom with us. He is the Director of Clinical Medicine for Kerala Ayurveda and really a pioneer in the field of integrative medicine. He has an incredibly unique approach to our formulas and also to medicine in that he integrates both Eastern and Western approaches, modern and traditional approaches, and he brings a vast wealth of information in both Western and Eastern approaches. He has 12 years of experience working in emergency medicine in the Western discipline, as well as decades of training and practice in traditional healing practices such as allopathy and Ayurveda. And interestingly enough, Dr. Tom is also an author. He co-authored an award-winning cookbook called Eat, Taste, Heal. It's in my kitchen. It's actually used very frequently in my kitchen. It's incredible, and I hope you guys own that as well. So a big welcome to these two gentlemen. It's a true treat to have them here with us tonight. And we're going to talk tonight about our Achieve Meal Replacement Shake, so I'm going to turn that call over now to our Scientific Advisory Board. So go ahead and take it away, gentlemen. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Kate. Thank you for this lovely introduction. And as you said rightly, that not only me and Tom, but everybody at ZRI is absolutely passionate about health and wellness. And the message that we would like to share with the whole ZRI nation is the commitment towards their own health and well-being. I think the discussion and the whole premise why we started ZRI and why Mr. Bill Farley initiated this concept of ZRI, I like to call it as a wellness revolution. And we are trying to offer you something what I like to call it as Vedic wisdom for ideal nutrition. And this discussion, what we initiated almost about 8 years ago now, is becoming mainstream. Everyone in the mainstream medicine is actually talking about prevention. It's all talking about mindfulness. It's all about talking about self-care, taking your own health and well-being in your own hand, and very little should go towards the professional care where you're sick enough, where you need help with the doctors and the medical profession. So Dr. Chopra, his lifelong mission is about exploring this mind-body connection and exploring, especially in the field of medicine, and reiterate the value of the component of spirituality, ideal nutrition, physical exercise, movement, day-to-day practices, improving relationship. ZRI simply means wellness, abundance, splendor, luster in every area of life. And actually that is the very premise. When we look at ZRI Achieve, Achieve is like a mantra, so it is achieving optimum health and well-being. And I think that is something which we would like to talk about more, and we would like to see what are the actual components that one has to practice on a day-to-day basis, because the message along with the ZRI Achieve Shake, which is not only a protein powder, but it's one of the most unique protein powder, which is a combination of the most ideal bioavailable easily digestible protein with the components of the Ayurvedic herbs together. But we would like to emphasize the components of a healthy lifestyle. We have to pay attention to a balanced and healthy nutrition, because this concept of nutrigenomics is something which is very, very evident in Ayurvedic way of thinking. What you eat turns on certain genes and turns off certain genes. So every food that goes into your body has an impact on how your genes behave. And so understanding the optimum nutrition, what is right for you, is very good for taking care of your maintaining genetic health. Effective exercise habits, and technically we are trying to propose a very healthy lifestyle. Ayurveda is an original lifestyle medicine, and the concept of epigenetics, what you do in your environment affects your gene to the core of your being. So paying attention to everything else in life, positive mood, having a positive attitude, you're optimistic about life, spiritual health and well-being, managing your stress effectively, getting enough sleep and proper rest, having a supportive social integration. And with this multi-level marketing component, we are actually having a wonderful way of integrating our social network of friends and families and having a sense of purpose and fulfillment that we call it as dharma. So ZRI Achieve as a shake is actually a message in that package that we are going to go out and share the message of health and well-being to all of our friends and families. So I would like to pass it on to Dr. Tom and ask him that what are the actual current scenario, that when we came out with this wonderful protein shake, to see where we are in the current scenario in the healthcare, and why obesity and diabetes and diabesity is becoming a rampant epidemic, I would say.
Well, thank you, Dr. Suhas. And yes, that's a great question. Why did we come out with this? And it's very interesting. As much as our ancient wisdom traditions have given us the keys to a healthy and fulfilling life, for some reason, we as human beings don't really practice what our ancestors have taught us. Or if we do practice it, you know, if we look around, nothing can underscore this dichotomy between what we've been taught through the centuries and what we actually see in the current epidemic of obesity. So let's look at some scary and very true statistics. Currently, 2/3 of American adults are overweight and 1/3 of them are obese. And this rate has indeed tripled since 1980. Practically 3/4 of African American and Hispanic women are overweight, and about 1/3 of all kids in the United States are overweight. Now, if you go to a gym, you'll see that well, 3 out of 10 adults get any physical exercise to speak of, and those that are getting physical exercise, 50% or more are overweight. And in the last 10 years going forward, 1 in all of 3 adults will have type 2 diabetes caused from overweight or obesity. So we've actually merged these two terms of type 2 diabetes and obesity into one word, calling it diabesity. And this will be found in every other adult over 40 years of age during our lifespan going forward. And people that are overweight will have double the risk of stroke, cancer, and coronary heart disease. In addition, being overweight is directly linked with depression and other mental disorders such as Alzheimer's disease. Now, this is for you and me as adults, but here's the thing, I've got kids, and the Center for Disease Control recently came out with this statistic saying that for the first time in the history of human beings, it's predicted that our children will have a shorter average lifespan than their parents because of this emerging epidemic of diabesity. So what's our modern understanding of all this? Well, one of the primary contributors is something called insulin resistance. How many of you have heard this term, insulin resistance? Well, insulin is the key which unlocks the doors of the cells and allows sugar to go in as a fuel. Insulin resistance means that the key no longer opens the door. The cell is resistant to the action of that key. Now, how does this happen? Well, it occurs because there's too much sugar present in the blood day in and day out. So the doors to the cells, they actually get caramelized. It's like the hinges, instead of being oiled, have gotten sticky and gummed up with this sugar. And when this happens, fuel can't get into the cell, and the cells begin to starve, and they get very, very angry, and they become inflamed, and our tissues themselves become inflamed. As more and more of the sugar backs up into the blood, and as more and more as the hinges on the door that are getting more and more sticky, the body produces more and more insulin to try to unlock the doors, but the hinges are glued shut. And then this excess sugar in the blood starts to spill over into other tissues. And a caramelization process begins in proteins, it begins within the fats, in all of the tissues. This will lead to a gumminess of the lining of the blood vessels. We call that atherosclerosis. There's a gumming up of the liver and the gallbladder. There's sludge that accumulates in the lubricating sacs around our joints. There's even waxy deposits that begin to appear in our brains. And even the thin layer of fatty tissue insulating the undersurface of our skin or padding our internal organs starts to get stuffed with this weird combination of caramelized sugar and fat that kind of has the consistency of like a 3-month-old sugar cake frosting, if you will. And as this is occurring, the midsection spread begins. So insulin resistance is the common denominator implicated in the expression of all chronic diseases, whether it's heart disease, high blood pressure, stroke, diabetes, type 2, Alzheimer's disease, sleep apnea, cancers, degenerative arthritic pain, chronic respiratory conditions. It's also one of the common denominator for the leading cause of blindness, like macular degeneration. So when people are insulin resistant, their muscle, their fat, their liver cells do not respond properly to insulin. Their body will produce more insulin to try to get it in, and the pancreas, the organ that secretes the insulin, tries to keep up by revving its activity up, producing more, but eventually the pancreas will burn itself out. And this is the pathway not only to overweight, obesity, diabesity, but as I said, all chronic diseases. So the most powerful antidote to reverse insulin resistance is clearly nutrition and lifestyle. A targeted diet, moderate exercise, adequate sleep, and stress reduction. And nutritionally, one of the best strategies to combat insulin resistance is to decrease the sugar and carbohydrate concentration of our meals, to increase the digestibility of protein and healthy fats, and this reestablishes the insulin sensitivity by ungluing the stuck hinges of the cells. It also gets the pancreas and liver and fat cells working together metabolically once again. This is typically done with low glycemic meals. And the practical aspect of that is it's very, very hard to put together a low glycemic meal in our current food culture. So we at ZRE came out with Achieve because this is a low glycemic meal replacement. And low glycemic meal replacements, they're convenient, they stabilize blood sugar, and they arrest sugar cravings. Pharmacologically in medicine, whether it's modern Western allopathic medicine or traditional herbal medicine, we've always used herbal blends or medicines to improve digestion, improve nutrient absorption, help regulate the blood sugar through a variety of metabolic pathways, and also improve cholesterol and fat metabolism. And these interventions have been shown to have a benefit in overweight, obesity, and diabetes. Now, nutritionally, we cannot succeed unless people actually consume the product consistently over a significant period of time. So there's certain criteria that we have to meet. Firstly, it's about taste. It's about taste. It's about mouthfeel. And in an independent study of Achieve, most people rated Achieve on 4 out of 5 on taste and 4 out of 5 on creaminess, even when it's only mixed with water. Secondly, it's about staying power. And what do I mean by that? The balance between early and late energy. I am compelled to eat when my energy is going down. And if I eat something and the energy doesn't arrive early enough, I'm going to keep eating. So we studied independently the energy staying power, the arrival and the persistence of energy after Achieve, and the majority of people said that they would continue, that it gave them quick energy and it allowed their energy to remain level for a significant period of time, like about 4 hours. And this is because of a proprietary blend of fast and slow absorbing proteins that we put into this, as well as having 100% of the recommended daily allowance of vitamins and minerals to level that energy out. Thirdly, it's about fullness, it's about satiety, it's about how the stomach feels after we've eaten. If I eat something, even though it gives me fast energy, but I got a hole in my stomach, I'm going to be compelled to continue to put something in there. So this proprietary blend of proteins, along with 6 grams of dietary fiber, it creates this satisfied appetite. And indeed, in an independent study, the majority of people reported feeling full for up to 4 hours after eating after drinking or consuming the Achieve, even when it was only mixed with water. And then fourthly, it's about superior nutrition. Now, we're intending this to be a meal replacement. So we want this to not only just have protein and fiber, but we want it to essentially be a replacement for a meal that otherwise is not providing this satiety or this level energy. So to do this, it was the protein blend at about 18 grams per serving, containing all the essential amino acids, the full complement of vitamins and minerals that are required, along with omega-3, omega-6 fatty acids, along with a number of other things like enzymes and these specific herbs that help regulate blood sugar and help improve cholesterol levels. And all of this goes for a cost at less than $3 a meal. So if you compare that to a less nutritionally dense fast food meal, you can see the enormous health and economic benefits of this, as well as the market opportunity. So, Dr. Suhas, would you talk a little bit more about the specific ingredients, and particularly the herbs, please?
Yeah, absolutely. Dr. Tom, what you just now said is that the current three major trends where we see in our day-to-day clinical practice in our clinic as well as at the Chopra Center is that people who suffer from metabolic syndrome, people who suffer from pre-diabetes, and people who are overweight or obese. So actually Achieve itself is a solution for all of these epidemics, and half of the adult population worldwide is actually suffering from this. So the concept of Achieve is optimizing nutrition, and we call it as Achieve Shake because for the namesake you will shake your body once or twice a day. And I think it's important to add this as a component for meal replacement because there's a tremendous amount of research which is published about intermittent fasting. And when you use it as a meal replacement and skip a meal, whether it's either breakfast or dinner, probably it adds those 6-7 extra hours so that you can digest all the residual components and reignite your digestive fire so that it starts burning all the unwanted fat from your body. The purpose of combining an excellent quality of isolate proteins with the right kind of Ayurvedic herbs together because we want to enhance your ability to burn the fat. And one of the most important ingredients, when I discuss this with my peers and colleagues in my field, they are in awe with the combination that we have come up with for Achieve Shake because Google for a very long time, Comifera mucul, is considered to be the fat killer. It's one of the best things for the free radical scavenging as well as normalizing blood lipid levels. So it's also good to improve your good cholesterol and lower your bad cholesterol. It also normalizes your lipid levels, triglycerides, and is actually very good to decongest your liver. So Google is an interesting herb which is a fat killer. It is combined together with haritaki, which is a great cleanser. So when you're combining Google and haritaki together, it has a metabolic detoxification effect. And amalaki, which is where whole our company is revolving around this excellent quality herb, is a great rejuvenator. So it actually optimizes the quality of everything else together. It synergizes and enhances their quality. It is also very good to reduce a generalized state of inflammation, which is also an epidemic at the backdrop of all the chronic diseases that we see. So amalaki, which is the fruit for immortality, as we like to call it, is one of the best anti-inflammatory herb. Google is good to reduce unwanted fat. Haritaki is a detoxifier, and one of the best suitable ingredient for Achieve Shake is actually Gymnema sylvestre, which is a sugar destroyer. What it simply means, it minimizes the cravings for sweet. It minimizes the fluctuations and the oscillations of the blood sugar, which makes you crave for certain foods at certain times. What Dr. Tom was saying, it creates satiety and fullness also. So you won't feel hungry for some time, and you will not desire bad foods, which are simple sugar, simple starches, and something which is more unhealthy in nature. Turmeric in general is also an excellent anti-inflammatory herb. It's also a blood cleanser, blood purifier. And green tea has that energizing effect, which will give you the energy to go out and do some physical activity. It also has an excellent antioxidant properties. All the EGCGs in the green tea create this thermogenesis, which creates a warming effect and probably drives the nutrition deeper in the tissues. It creates a vasodilating effect and creates a feeling of lightness and energy. So I think it's a great combination. These are excellent botanicals combined with the right kind of proteins and digestive enzymes and all the vitamins and minerals together. So I think on a daily basis, even if you consume that, you won't miss any of the nutritional component what is there, but it will also help you to start burning unwanted fat from your system. So we are very happy and very proud that we have created this, and we have seen excellent results, people losing anywhere between 10 to 100 pounds when they consume Achieve Shake on a regular basis. So I would like to ask Dr. Tom, what are the actual components that people have to be aware along with when they are taking Achieve on a day-to-day basis?
You guys can hear the passion in our voices about this product, and I got to say that this Achieve product, we call it the standard in daily nutrition right now because it is 100% natural. It is low glycemic. It is gluten-free. It is non-GMO, 100% high-quality protein that are made from pure protein isolates rather than cheaper protein concentrates. It has 100% daily allowance of the vitamins. It's chock full of enzymes and beneficial herbs to address the cravings and the energy and the vitality. And I believe we're probably the only network marketing meal replacement that contains healthy omega-3 and 6 for heart health, for lipid balance, and to decrease inflammation in the blood. So we can really say that this is a clean and green and lean product. And this powerhouse combination makes Achieve the standard of daily nutrition. This is truly the blend of ancient wisdom and modern scientific nutrition. The way to begin to use this in your life is most effective when it's combined with the reasonable lifestyle modifications, stress reduction, good sleep, and some degree of exercise. So use the Achieve Shake. Eat a balanced diet, get some movement in there, do some mind-body practices, whether it's simple journaling or whether it's spending a little bit of time to yourself or joining a meditation group. And another good way to take action with other groups of people is to go to the SRI website and look at the 90-day commitment to health and join the thousands of people that have already taken on this 90-day commitment. So the key benefits to this are efficient and lasting weight loss and weight management, increased and sustained energy, more efficient and effective digestion, a radiant and luminous complexion, improved sense of well-being and joy, fewer cravings. And here's the really interesting thing. Although we talk about this as being a weight loss or weight management product that is appropriate for more than 70% of all adults, even people that are athletes can use this product in order to optimize their lean body form, okay? So share this product with others. Share your commitment to health with others. Join the wellness revolution and have this particular product, along with the other SRI family members, deliver on that which you want to achieve in life. Thank you so much. Kate, if you could tell them how to forward any questions on the product, I think that would be valuable. Otherwise, it's been an honor to address you, and I look forward to meeting you all personally.
Thank you so much, Dr. Tom and Dr. Suhas, and really fantastic information on this product. We are all so excited about it here at our corporate office, and I hope all of you have had a chance to try it or will have a chance to try it in the very near future. As Dr. Tom mentioned, you can ask us questions or send us comments on the product. You can do so by emailing us at productquestions@sri.com. That's product questions, and questions is plural, @sri.com. or you can log into your MyZRE Pro back office, and there is actually an Ask a 3MD section back there, and you can submit your question manually on the back office. So I hope that this call was really educational and helpful for all of you tonight. We are really excited about the product and hope to see you next month when we do our next SAB product webinar. Thanks to you all for joining in. Thanks to Dr. Tom and Dr. Suhas for being with us. And everyone, have a great night. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.